In traditional settings, it is a truth most held upon that one can only learn by going through 16 years of education. That's 6 years in elementary, 6 years in high school, and 4 years in college. What you're doing all day, every day, inside those classrooms is consume and consume and consume. Nothing except PE has ever really made itself useful. 16 years of consumption. Imagine that. I admit that it might have been fun for a lot of people. That school was, for some, their way of getting social connection and belonging. But it was never the same rainbows and sunshine for everyone. I wonder what we could have done in those 16 years without this fixed, systematic, built up society that strained our minds. Beyond those rooms, it's still the same. We've become fully digital now. We're on our phones, eating, pooping, driving, and sleeping. We're still consuming. This digital world is just an extension of consuming content in those four cornered walls at school. But this time, the contents have expanded. We get to choose what we consume, which is way more dangerous and depressing than the previous trap that we are still on. And what's worse, we think that this world is beneficial for us, that it has the potential to free us. Many have encouraged the use of AI to gain overnight knowledge and grades, even replacing human creativity just to bypass the willingness to create. Some would even boast about how good the internet is as a hack to get free resources and fast, accessible tools. These are tools to some degree, but if you think about it, it never freed us from anything. It's still another place that tempts us to consume. Many of our youth, of our elderly, of our children have become victims to this without even realizing. When will we, as a global civilization, question this? When will we wake up? I do admit that consuming to some extent does help us to survive this artificial world that we humans have created for ourselves. But why does it have to be so unnecessarily long and extended? We're already drifting away from our roots. None of us are creating anything. Well, maybe some of us are creating, but for the most part, even the ones who create consume more than they create. But to be completely honest, most of what we consume does not even stick to our brains for a week. Unless you're Einstein, of course. The content we put in our brain, whether we like it or not, is not gonna be useful 5 years in the future, or 10, or 20. We have all this energy as humans, this organic, natural, beautiful energy. And then we spend it all on consumption. I grieve for my humanity. I grieve for us all. Because it is sad to choose to cycle over the one we could equally have. There's too much of us in the cycle that it has become so difficult to split it up. We have forgotten how to learn, and we have forgotten how to truly create. It has slipped past our grip because we never had a grip for it anymore. Our hands are tied to media, news, printed money, and entertainment, that we no longer have the space for our roots. It is beautiful, so beautiful to create. It is so entwined with nature and with humans, and it makes us what we are. You remember more when you create, whether you do it alone or with a group. Because you're not just making something that extends out of your soul, you're also making a memory that will be part of you until you walk away from this world. And that's where the real learning comes from. No amount of listening to someone talk about the psychology of influence and demure or comparing the rich and poor in a 53-minute video can ever compete with the way we humans learn by creating and doing something with our hands and with our brains. We get to be one with what we are thinking. We get to engage more with what we are doing. And most importantly, we are our own boss. Creation denies just passively looking in the eyes of someone's face on the screen.